Hello, peace seekers. This is Saniqua White dropping in to give you a piece of my mind that will hopefully give you some peace of mind. And today I want to talk a little bit about your gifting or your calling. First of all, do you know what it is? Do you know where your gifts are? And when I say calling, I am talking about the calling on your life for your purpose, your assignment. And this is specifically for believers and followers of Christ. Everybody has a gifting, and it is a God-given gift. Whether you believe in God or not, neither here nor there to me. But every gift that you have, it does come from God. Now, you get to choose how you use it. You don't have to use it for God. Woe unto you if you don't, but you don't have to. But I want to know, sound off in the comments, if you know what your gifting is, where your gifts are. What are the things that you are, let's just say, talented or gifted or good at? But these things are not just for you. Your gifts, yes, will bring money or influence or whatever you are looking for to have a comfortable and maybe wealthy lifestyle for yourself, but it's not for you. Or do you have a calling on your life, something that God has placed in you that is your purpose, that is your assignment, something that you're supposed to present to the world to help in the world? If you're alive, you know that we are living in a dark place. And these are not just dark times. I think the world has just always been a dark place because I see struggle from every generation, especially if you're a person of color. I can't speak for people who are not because I am of color. But this world is dark. But your gifting and your calling are purposed to bring light. If you are not using it, then your world is probably still very dark. And that is why I'm asking the question, do you know what your gifting and your calling is? The second question is, are you using it or them? You may have more than one. A lot of the clients that I work with do, because I typically, especially with coaching, I work with creative artists and ministers of the gospel. Now, most of the ministers of the gospel that I coach are double gifted. And the reason why I say that is because they minister and they also have a creative gift. I would say about 95% of them are double gifted. They minister and they have a gift somewhere in the creative arts. They are musicians, they are singers, they are stylists, they are writers, something along those lines. And those are the two main groups of people that I coach. And so when I ask, what is your gifting or calling, typically that thing is going to fall in one of those two areas, in ministry or artistry, and probably both. So what I want to see people do is use your gift and your calling to help yourself as well as other people. In my counseling practice, which is totally separate from my coaching, what I started to see is my counseling clients coming in for anxiety, depression, trauma, grief, something along those lines. But about 3 sessions into our counseling process, I would realize that this person had another gift, except that they weren't using it. And it was usually a creative gift. Most of the ministers that I see were in ministry. That wasn't hidden from them. The creative gift was more hidden than the ministry. So what I'm asking is, what is your gifting and calling? You want to know what your gifts are, especially in the lane of creation or creativity, because that is one of the things that will help pull you through anything, especially once you attach that gift to your calling and your purpose and your assignment in life. if you realize that I am here on this earth to use this gift to do XYZ, no matter what you're going through, no matter how tough it is, and I'm not saying that life does not get tough. I don't care if you're a believer or an atheist. Life is tough. But when you know what your gift is, when you know what your calling is, your purpose, your assignment, you can get through just about anything. And that is what I'm seeing in my clients. You have to have something to hold on to focus on, to have out in front of you as a goal, as an assignment, as something that you need to fulfill. It is within you. So when I ask, what is your gifting or what is your calling? I want to know that answer, but then I want to go deeper. Are you using that gift? Are you operating in your calling? Are you walking in it? Do you know what your purpose is? Do you know what your assignment is? And a lot of people don't know what their purpose and assignments are. And I believe a lot of it is because, especially with the clients that I work with, and this is not for everyone, but what I'm seeing in my practices are those gifts that have been buried or covered up by just life and trauma and different things. Their purpose and their assignments are embedded in those gifts that are also buried. And so one of the things that I do with my clients, once I see it, is unearth it, uncover it, rediscover it, or help my client to do that so that it pulls them through whatever situation they have come to me about, whatever situation they're in. And when I am in my coaching lane with those clients, I call that craft coaching. Because what I believe is, if you can operate in your craft, which is also known as your gifting, per me, if you can operate in your craft, then we can use that to get through your process, your coaching process. Whatever your end result is, whatever you're trying to get to, whatever your goals are, we can use your craft, your gift, to pull you out, to set you up for success. It's a little bit different when working with my counseling clients, because there are typically other things going on and there are other limitations and restrictions, so I can't treat them the same way as I would treat a coaching client. But I can talk about what their passions are, and typically it's along the same lines as their gifting or their calling. So I want you to get in the habit, if you don't know what your gifting or calling is, take some time to think about that. And I will drop something in the description box, a link in the description box, maybe an assessment for you to take for maybe going along those lines and figuring out some of those things. So if you like this content, remember to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up. If you'd like to comment, I'd love to hear from you. I'll be back soon, but until then, be proactive about your mental health, be well, and God bless.